February 10, 9:39 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me, what's going to happen to Mystic Maya?
I don't know, we have to find her first. I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed in the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No. She's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here to defend in this lobby?
The star of Larry Butts' newest books. Franceschi's Whippy Whip Adventures or something. I have to admit, it's kind of strange.
If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Oh, no, that was Edgeworth.
It's Edgeworth. Okay.
Edgeworth. So I was completely wrong.
How did you get such a deep voice, Edgeworth?
I know. It was temporary. What's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Oh, God, I have to be her again. Hate her voice. Today's testimony.
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
What? Wait, what?
The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard.
Francesca von Kama. What are you up to?
I don't think it's Francesca. I know what you're thinking, but Francesca isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
Do you just read my mind? What? Then who is? Who do you think?
Who else would it be but Godot?
Godot?
Francesca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
Working on the trick locks for the next 5 hours.
Yeah. The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's... Exactly. She has been out there all night trying to remove those trick locks. Damn, she is dedicated.
I mean, she's German, so she clearly doesn't need sleep.
With the head nun's assistance, naturally.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. They're probably taking turns napping.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
The nun gets 5-hour naps, Francesca gets 5-minute naps, because 5 minutes is too long to waste.
We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. Damn!
So when the trial's over. Got it.
That's German efficiency, I guess. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon.
I mean, they've been working on it since yesterday, all night.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks, Edgeworth.
Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today.
Don't worry, we do too.
Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. The game ends. You don't have to tell me that.
Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday.
It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Man, it really is the end.
Yeah.
Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger because I'm a defense attorney. And I got over my cold by sheer will.
And you believe in the heart of the cards.
I have cards?
I guess. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else. Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands. Partner.
Thanks. And just like that, that is how all these Edgeworth Phoenix fanfics were written.
Oh my god, because of that little quip?
Probably a lot sooner than that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's one major part of it. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Elise Dirkstium. No, I mean Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And the literal devil.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, and what that woman is really after. We know what she's after. It's kind of obvious.
Power!
Unlimited power! I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. You know, Phoenix is being super serious here and we're not taking it seriously at all.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem with us being morons.
Yeah.
February 10, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7.
Yay.
Oh yes, it's this judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hasakura Temple.
Why?
Because I am the best judge.
But why'd we switch judges in the middle of a case?
Because the other judge was Canadian, and I do not like Canadians in this courthouse.
He's your brother!
I know, which is why I don't like him.
Your Honor? What are you?
Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted.
Phoenix gave it to him somehow.
Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot.
I love the fact they're canonical brothers. That's funny.
Okay, I've been joking around that they're brothers, but the fact they're canonical brothers?
That is funny.
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
Oh, I have to do the coffee thing again. Damn it, Godot.
It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. It's precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Well said, Mr. Godot. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Godot, please proceed with your opening statement.
Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There's only one thing that remains, a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
So then you mean, forget. What do you mean?
During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart.
Uh-huh.
Sister Iris of Hasakura Temple has a confession to make.
Right.
Confession? The defendant?
Didn't Edgeworth confess to this stuff too, and then we got him acquitted?
Yeah,
Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first?
because Godot is so suave.
Very well. This court will now hear the defendant's confession.
Great. I have to have her voice.
Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession.
Damn.
That's one of my rules.
How many rules do you have? My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple. You've been there for years, though. How are you still undergoing training?
Because she's technically not a full adult yet, is she? But how
She
old
is. She's like, she should be similar age to Phoenix, I think. Yeah,
So
she's
y-
25.
Yeah, she is basically a full-on nun then, at that point.
She's like probably been there at least 10 years.
Oh yeah. Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's all right. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. That's an interesting admission.
Indeed.
Are you actually confessing?
She's confessing to playing a part. She didn't confess to murder.
Yeah.
Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Dukesnam?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
Oh.
What? Order in the court! Order! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court, I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Great.
Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. That's technically not wrong when you think about it.
I mean, yeah.
It just happens to be in this case, it's to murder.
Like, I'm an accomplice to Mthis as a fellow moron.
Yes, and I'm accomplice to you as a fellow moron. Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
That Godot.
He's so suave.
He is. Only he didn't have that stupid mask on. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. It's crumpled up and shoved into a pocket.
Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions?
Iris was covering for someone. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. So probably 15 years at least. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Maya Fey.
Oh
What?
no, they're trying to frame Maya.
Would Iris actually do this? I know her sister would, but would Iris? Huh?
Wake up and smell the coffee, Trite.
You see, the problem with saying, our duty is to protect the main family and I would do whatever for it, and then admit who the main family is, that's not protecting them. This is clearly a way to frame somebody.
Indeed, it kind of feels like that.
She's naming Maya!
Order in the court. Like, I know I've heard about this Maya person before. I'm pretty sure she's been here before, but didn't she destroy Turkey with a nuke or something last time? Anyway, so not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murder.
Oh my god. Stop blaming Maya for things! I'm terribly sorry, but it's true! I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes!
How?
Okay.
That's a lie.
And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her! She's not even here to defend herself. That's ridiculous! Maya could never do such a...
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. Now, witness, let's hear your testimony.
Alright, I'm breaking Iris.
What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected. I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Leave Maya alone! Hold on, what do we have? You better give a false motive at the least, Iris. I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. What? Why?
That is very specific.
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Oh.
What weapon?
So it wasn't self-defense.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. Why? Why are you saying Mystic Elise did it?
This is very fascinating.
Are we seriously saying that Misty Faye just tried to kill her daughter?
Yeah.
Are we seriously going with that direction
But
here?
remember, only we know it's Misty Faye, and I suppose Bikini.
Yeah, but Misty Faye would also know.
Yeah.
So
But
why would she try to kill her daughter?
but no one in here knows that.
Clearly. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night.
Indeed she didn't.
And that person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
How do we prove that, though? Where do we go with that?
I think we have to press a little bit to see if we can get some more information.
Yeah. Went to the inner temple, and then I saw it all happen. Aha. Sure you did. Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You said yesterday that, on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Did she know? Too bad for you. What you said yesterday didn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
It was in the inner temple's training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony.
When are we saying this all happened? And also, private conversations happen all the time.
Oh yeah, they happen a lot.
And people are blamed for things, so I don't know.
That would probably described as hearsay.
What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. We literally talked to you at like 9:30, and you did ring the lights out bell.
Yeah.
And we've also established, like, timing with the, whatchamacallit thing, the snowmobile. Oh my god. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, what? No! I can't date that child. She'll eat me out of house and home. And at my office. I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We all understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony.
Is Pearl standing next to us? Because if so, she has her shipping face on.
What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike at Mystic Maya with her staff. You're saying that the victim attacked Maya? I mean, Miss Faye. Yes! It was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and it looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? Oh, I think I know where we're going with this.
Oh.
Remember,
Go on.
she has her cane sword.
Yeah.
We're going to say, well, why did she bash her on the head when she literally is carrying a sword?
Yeah, that's actually that's a very good point.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Miss Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. I kind of want to just present the sword here. Or a cane sword.
Yeah.
I kind of just want want to present it. See what happens.
Let's give it a try.
No, I'm not even gonna bother.
We might have to keep pressing for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's on this part? She moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. I think then this is where it is. Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger.
Oh.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Dirksnam tried to stab her with this weapon to kill Miss Faye. Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is where the cane sword is. Has to be.
Huh. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of. How do I say that?
Worcestershire sauce. I don't know.
Of Worcestershire sauce.
Sure.
You have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy.
Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? Well, this witness is your own client.
Yes, and she's confessing to assisting somebody else's murder, which who will also in the future become my client if I don't solve the problem now. Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment. It's my job to say that.
I will give you a cold.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
What's the judge's purpose?
Yeah,
the prosecutor just seemed to take over.
Okay. Now, let's continue.
She threw her staff away and pulled it down. Okay. This is sword.
That is
this
so
is so
obvious.
her sword set.
That is so obvious.
Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Dirksnam throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone. Not this staff. Naturally. You wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but for some reason, she always walked around with a fucking sword.
Yep.
The victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. If Elise Dirksnam really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? More coffee.
That was an impressive bit of investigating, Wright. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? A long sword is unwieldy. That's quite ineffective in close quarters combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over her blade.
Do you know anything about swords?
I guess I can see the point that in an actual fight, but Maya is unarmed. So
Maya's not only unarmed, she's like stumbling around. She's not in a fight or flight mode. She's been smacked probably on the back of the head, on the ground, and now you pull a sword out to go stab her.
Like
you don't need like a dagger for that.
That would be no need for a dagger in this case, yeah. Like you could literally just use your sword.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, the type of a weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey.
Anyways, Maya shouldn't be able to be tried here. Iris, sure, she's attempting to hide a murder, but Maya Fey should be perfectly safe because it's self-defense.
Yeah, as long as there's nothing strange about that. There's no problem with her testimony.
But there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will not present evidence to back its argument. Mr. Wright! I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Because Miss Elise Dirksnam would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey. Because her real identity is Misty Fey, I guess. Yeah, I guess it would be that one? I'm presenting her?
I guess so.
Elise Dirksnam would never have attacked Maya Fey. How can you be so sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Dirksnam. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Hey!
Not Mystic Misty Fey!
Who is this Misty Fey? Is she related to?
Misty Fey is the master of the crane channeling technique. She is also... You know what I'm just noticing about some of these expressions that Iris is having?
Yeah?
They're very reminiscent of Dahlia.
Oh my god, you might be right.
They're very reminiscent of her. I don't recall Iris ever showing those before.
Do you think Dahlia is possessing Iris at the moment?
It's possible, but we don't know.
Yeah.
But she is also the mother of Maya Fey.
Are you serious?
Yes. Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Because, yeah, there's some expression she had that were just too Dahlia-like. And I get it, they're twins, maybe they have similar expressions, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Was Elise Jerk's name actually the Great Mystic Misty? Yes. There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea. Well, duh. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing.
Order in the court. Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed natural enough. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented, one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during the fight,
Seriously, why?
and two, that the two people battled to the death were mother and daughter, despite the facts being unbelievable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe.
Now, Maya would have no idea about Misty, but still.
Listen, there's nothing in the world that is impossible, except for one little thing.
Yes, what is this one little impossible thing?
Still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under-roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
I heard this witness's confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee. 8 cups of morning coffee!
How much coffee do you drink, dude?
You're going to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty. There actually was a Japanese-style knife, of course there was.
Is that the dagger the witness testified to seeing?
Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
Now that you mention it, you look close, there appears to be blood on it.
Where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene. Well, you aren't supposed to investigate the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
This dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, in the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
Which means the blood in the dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning, just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee. You're just pulling numbers out of your ass at this point, Gono.
Yes, because you've heard the confession on your 8th and 13th cup, but not your 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th cup. Did you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago?
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed at such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right.
Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
The blood is being analyzed now.
I guess it'll show up later then.
Now then, the testimony we've just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe you can consider her testimony to be credible.
Stop with your coffee.
Cute girls never lie. Ever.
Damn, you have no idea, kiddo.
Have you never met Dahlia Hawthorne? Because all she does is lie.
In any case, witness, if you could please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. The battle between the two women.
This should be fun. Yes, Your Honor.
So, a cat fight.
Pretty much. Except, for some reason they're fighting. We don't know why yet. Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff, but then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. What the hell? Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern.
Red, that means blood.
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Okay.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore. In media, it is always said, a mother will never forget her child. No matter what they look like, they will always recognize them. And these are tropes galore in Ace Attorney, so I can guarantee that the instant Misty saw Maya, she knew that it was her daughter.
Oh, very likely.
Simple as that.
That seems reasonable.
No, it doesn't.
Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Now, what is wrong with this testimony, other than the fact they're saying Maya killed somebody?
Yeah, we'll have to press around a bit.
Stumbled around and being hit over the head with a staff. Uh-huh. Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all this? What do you mean? Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued their battle. I wonder if that's true. The two of them, they were standing near the Godin's stone lantern.
Well, we asked about you. Yeah.
I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the two of them were, so I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
I don't think there's anything obvious about that. She dodged her next attack and stole the weapon. I don't think Maya's capable of this. What happened to the victim's staff then? I'm not sure.
Actually, we don't know if she's capable because the only time she's been knocked down was by a professional hitman.
But this is Maya we're talking about.
True.
Unless Missy, stole her food, I don't think Maya's really gonna do much. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
That makes sense. That would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised the dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground.
Damn.
Struck the lantern?
Wait.
And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Did it strike a land? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it struck the lantern and then they switched spots somehow?
Yeah.
I think sounds especially strange yet, Lies.
What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her?
Hold on. What info do we actually have? Channel her, leave everything up to her. This thing will be useful soon, but I don't think not yet.
Not yet, no. Also, now I just understand what the next thing she's saying. It's now that she has the back to the lantern. Okay, so it still makes sense, actually, how she's speaking. Now, Mystic Elise, or Misty, is against the stone lantern. Now that's happening.
Well, we still have to figure out how this got to the bridge as well.
Yeah.
You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim. Yes, but Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time.
Oh.
After all, her life was in danger. I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at knife point, it's just silly.
It really is.
Yeah.
As they say, a cornered fox is no more dangerous than a jackal. Huh.
I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified.
Yeah, because I believe foxes are actually not that good when cornered at fighting. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome.
You were the one who started it.
Anyway, so after Maya Fey backed the victim into the stone lantern, what happened next?
That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw? Yes, I'm almost certain. Almost. The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
Oh.
What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
We know that Maya Fey was at the inner temple that night, and that woman that was killed was Elise Dixon. Isn't it fairly obvious who attacked who?
I don't have anything to counter that yet.
Well done, witness. Please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Don't go blaming Maya for things. The two of them face each other for a moment. Oh, I can't press that. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. Oh, I thought we were just doing the next testimony. Then Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So was she stabbed in the stomach, huh?
So she was stabbed.
Yes.
But that contradicts the death autopsy.
Loss of blood stabbed from the back.
Yeah, that contradicts that.
So would we present that here?
I think so.
Or would we present it at another spot?
I'm not sure, but
that's the weird things with these. That's what it is, but...
But remember, it says stabbed after death. She was not stabbed before death.
Loss of blood from stab in back. Body fell 10 feet after death.
It fell 10 feet after death. Never mind. So it's not that yet.
I think it is. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed her, and it's this. Because she died from being stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
If it's not this, it's somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? Yeah, this expression right there, that's a Dahlia expression, it feels like.
Yeah, that is very much a Dahlia look.
According to you, Maya Fey stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern. Correct? Yes, that's right. But in that case, the victim would have been stabbed in the stomach. right?
Yes, I think so.
But, according to the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front. Sister Iris, it appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony.
What? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
It's simple. People are like books. We've got a front and back. You get my drift?
Is that all you have to say?
I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being a mother and daughter. And now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There are certainly some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just...
If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing.
Well, I'm not asking you, so shut up. What do you mean?
And there are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee.
Damn.
Oh my god.
But to pick out each one requires total concentration and the use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
Proceed Godot, explain yourself.
The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Gasp.
A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light.
Light.
By the way, did you know? Asakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte are in a temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit.
I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Yeah.
Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light the stone lantern.
Impossible.
It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
So it's a moonless night.
Yeah.
Most enlightening.
Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. You can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trite?
No!
Order!
Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind.
Interesting. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? Was the flame too hot?
This lantern, there's something written on it. Why it's written in blood?
Oh boy! So the judge didn't know about that yet.
Written in blood.
It says Maya upside down. What the? Wait, even Godot?
Yeah, even Godot can't see red.
Oh, that's right! Because of it,
He missed the catch up. He can't see this, and his eyesight, he's admitted, doesn't work perfectly. So he doesn't seem to see red.
Oh my god! So he didn't know it said Maya on it. Oh god.
I don't know. I find it weird because the catch up, he should have been able to see something there. Same with this red. Like, what's he seeing? He can't see red, but he still has to be seeing something written, it feels like.
I imagine everything is red to him like a red tint.
I mean, if that's the case, then I guess, but he still notices other things. So I don't know. I want to see what he sees. Oh, yes. That's right. After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her. Okay, I could not write that. Well, after I was stabbed and stuff. I'm sorry. I would not have that
seems very, weird.
But this stuff does happen in these kind of games.
Yeah.
So in universe, these things are possible. I just know I couldn't do it. With the blood that was draining out of her body.
It certainly looks that way. Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are you all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern is as clean as a whistle.
Could it be?
I think Like, from his perspective. That white lantern is just all red.
That would be funny. It being clean as a whistle. He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I think about it, he did say something to me yesterday.
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
So that's what he meant by that.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue.
It is.
We now know that the crime scene was dark, and that the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godot, anything further? Mr. Godot?
Okay then, let's move on.
Godot is literally shaking, and somehow, I don't think it's from caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Dixon was killed by Maya Fey.
That's just wrong.
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We are all ears.